Hey YouTubers, Rick from Rick's RC and more. This is going to be a final review of the Tamiya, however you want to say it, Clodbuster, Super Clodbuster, Black Edition. The only difference with the Black Edition, obviously, is the colors. Now, from what I've seen online, the Super Clodbuster that's not the Black Edition, I think it requires two servos for the four-wheel steer, the way they have it set up on that one. It's you see in the box artwork it's blue, that particular Super Clodbuster, but I just thought I'd do a final review on this. I'll include some footage of some old school clod busting over some pillows in one of the rooms down here in the basement. As far as review, it's a great truck. If you're old school RC fan of any type, this is a great kit. Like, everybody, even people who aren't even into RC, recognize these trucks. They recognize the name. Maybe they knew somebody in their neighborhood that had one when they were younger, or somebody who had one. It's a timeless classic, really. And review on these, you can't be hard on it. Obviously, this is technology from like 1987, because nothing's really changed. You know, friction shocks. You put these rubber stops in each shock, because if you get full travel into them, you'll actually bend your steering rods that come from your single servo in the center out. So that's something to look for if you build this and you see those and you're like, well, why am I limiting my suspension travel? That's why. It handles like you would expect, being the four-wheel steer setup of a single servo. When you're driving at higher speeds, it's almost like your front wheels aren't turning. It just looks like it's the back. And that's just the nature of the beast, just the way the setup is. The only way to eliminate something like that would be to basically go with two servos, mount them on the axle front and back. You can buy kits to do that if you like. My running videos on this, I am running a 2S LiPo in it. I wouldn't recommend 3S. I can't see it handling it. There's nothing in any of the literature that comes with it about that ESC and it being able to run 3S. So yeah, you're best just but it'll run 2S all day. Nothing gets hot. It works really well on 2S. So like, as far as a review, like I said, it's a great truck. It's a great kit. It went together flawlessly. Everything just lined up perfect. And you can't complain about the Phillips hardware, again, because this is a kit that's basically what you would get back in 1987. The only difference with this kit would be if you've seen some of the old advertisement for these, you could actually, there would be a switch in here. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. There it is. There's a switch in the originals in here, and what it would do is it would switch your motors from parallel to series, or vice versa. And it was basically, they called it economy or something like that. It would less power but longer battery life. Most people probably didn't use that, because of if you're less power on these, like these are big heavy tires. Like, it's 2S LiPo, it works well. You're not really going to be able to do a standstill wheelie, but if you're rolling reverse and you hit the throttle, it's got enough punch, it will bring the front end up in the air. It'll wheelie right back onto the rear bumper if you like, if you really give it a good punch on the trigger, but not from a standstill. At least not mine, or the way it's set up. But yeah, anyway, that's something the original came with that these ones obviously don't. And like, these are upgradable. You could go crazy if you wanted to, and you could start throwing brushless motors at this and upgrade the ESC and everything. But just, be wary of the drivetrain, because the gears in here are a plastic or nylon, or I think they call it like a, yeah, I think they're like a white nylon. It's pretty hard. For some reason ceramics come into mind. Maybe ceramic coated nylon or something. I don't know. They had a weird feel to them. If you know anybody want to comment on that, feel free. I'm sure if I actually got the manual out and looked it up, I would it would explain. But anyway, just yeah, it's definitely a cool retro piece. Like I said, this one here, I'm probably just going to run around in and out of the house. It's a little big. The steering radius on these are really crappy for running in the house. But I'll take it out in the yard here and there. But I'm not really into bashing it really hard. With the attached video, I rolled it a couple times and nothing broke. You know, these bars, they do have a little flex to them. So I put it on its roof there a couple times. But yeah. So I'm happy with the truck. I'm happy with the build quality. It's fun to drive. If you've driven nothing but newer RCs with oil-filled shocks, like 1/10 scale short course or even on-road stuff like that, you're gonna drive this and you're gonna be like, wow, this thing bounces all over the place. But that's part of the fun of owning one of these, just having that nostalgic 87 technology, no oil filled shocks and very limited travel, and you're relying on your tires for suspension more than anything really, and the awkward steering, but it makes it a hoot to drive. Probably not something you want to hand over to your kids unless they're experienced in RC, because it'd be a shame to have it get wrecked and rolled and whatnot, and start causing damage to something like this, because it can be a handful to drive. You'll see my attached video of it, just to even jump in some pillows and stuff. You never know which way this thing's gonna land. It's got so much bump steer. Yeah, you don't really know where it's gonna go. So that adds to the fun, trying to control something that's not necessarily controllable, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, just a quick little video here, just my final thoughts on one of these. They're still making some re-releases. I think they've discontinued for now the Black Edition, but they still are offering just the Super Clods, not the Black Edition. The ones that they're the blue artwork on the artwork box artwork, sorry. They're blue in color, and I didn't add the Super Clodbuster to the side of this because I kind of like the scale look of it the way it is. Yeah, so the battery mounting system in this, I think I did show. You just pull this out. There are spacers that you can mount. I had to take the spacer out of this side, but there's one on the other side you can put in or take out depending on how much room you have for your battery. And if there's enough room there to get any connector through. So yeah. Anyway, anybody out there into your RCs, hope you enjoy them. Hope this video helped you out if you're considering buying one of these kits to build. Like I said, everything went together flawless. It's fairly easy to build. If you're experienced and you just went at it, you could probably build this truck in 4 to 6 hours, no problem. That would probably be even including putting stickers on if you're experienced. If you're not experienced, you might be looking at maybe, I'd say probably at most maybe 12 hours into the build. So yeah. Anyway, everybody get out, enjoy your RCs.